Graphene is a leading supplier of high-performing graphene and also production. And so with me is the CEO, Mike Bell from Singapore here this morning. So Mike, let's just start with graphene. I was looking a little bit at your website, and I have to admit I don't know a lot about graphene. So explain what it is, what kind of everyday products is it used for?
So graphene is a really new material. It was only discovered sort of 16 years ago and has become a bit of a wonder material. The downside is that it has taken longer than what people assumed to commercialize it and actually turn it into products. The first hurdle was for people to actually work out how to make it in enough volume and in a repeatable quality to be able to then use it in products. And the second complication is how you distribute it into different materials. So firstly, graphene comes from graphite. It's what you call an allotrope of carbon. It is a very, very fine powder in most cases, and it's typically 6 to 8 atoms thick and comes in like a dinner plate shape, but very, very small size. And it has some really, really fantastic attributes that were sort of discovered in the process. It's exceedingly thermally conductive. It's very, very electrically conductive. It resists corrosion. It's a fire retardant. It's water repellent. It improves the durability and abrasion resistance of material. So it's got some great attributes. And what we've been doing over the last few years, along with many other people, is working how to use it as an additive to then add in to other materials. So those attributes can be combined with materials, and so you could improve the abrasion resistance of rubber or make a plastic casing more thermally conductive or resistant to scratching, etc. So there's lots of applications. It's an exciting material, and it's one material that doesn't necessarily just associate itself with one industry or one material. It's a huge potential. It touches every industry, every material out there. So it's exciting. In terms of products that actually use it today, this is something where we have had success over the last few years. We've taken our time to develop it with early adopters, and we've got it into things like glass reinforced plastic products, so swimming pools, boats, surfboards. And what it does is it helps those products be lighter, more durable, and also more resistant to water ingress. So for pools that are basically installed in ground, the groundwater doesn't leach into the pool and damage the composites or the GRP.
Very interesting. And is the advantage here that it is more durable, lighter? Is it better for the environment? It makes products longer lasting. So what's kind of the secret sauce of what makes it such a special material?
So when you look at attributes like fire retardancy, it's a naturally occurring fire retardant. Its resistance to abrasion means that everything that is in a wear type situation, it can extend the life of. And that's great for the user, maybe not so good for the producer, because you're trying to get products to last longer. But if you take a case of tires, for instance, if you make tires last longer, it means you ultimately use less rubber, and subsequently you're easier on the environment because you're disposing less products. So that's probably a good example to show how it would impact. The same goes for shoes. We put it into shoe soles. The effects on the rubber sole gives it a greater grip, but it means it lasts longer. So people get more value for their money, and we're also disposing of less materials.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw on your website you had like work boots there, and I'm sure, there are people that are in industries where they need work boots. To have them last longer would be a good advantage.
Yeah, that's right. And it's so our partner in Australia is called Steel Blue, and they're a global company that make work boots across a number of industries. And they've now launched a new product line that includes graphene to make the shoes lighter and stronger. It means they don't have to use some of the heavier materials for equivalent or better protection. So it's a real advantage to them and their users whilst maintaining a very, very high level of comfort.
Yeah. And the company is traded on the Australian Stock Exchange, right? So talk to me a little bit about where it is. How long has the company been around, and just the financials and where you kind of go from here?
So we've been listed for a number of years now. Our initial listing and sort of inflow of capital was very much spent on the research and setup of a factory to produce the material. That science is now banked. We've now finished any expenditure in that factory. We have a capability to produce about 100 tons of this very, very high quality, repeatable product. It's a continuous flow process to make that. And so with that done, we shift our focus solely to the commercialization and sales channel. So we trade at about sort of 24, 25 cents a share. We've got a market cap of about 130 million Australian. And our sort of looking forward strategy over the next 12, 18 months is to drive demand for this product. We don't need to worry about large capex to increase capacity or to build more factories. That is all available and banked. So we are just focusing on the commercialization of it, spreading our opportunity wings as far as they can go across so many different industries. We've focused on rubbers and elastomers, composites and plastics, coatings and inks, energy storage, and the cement and concrete space. And that's just so we can channel our focus a bit better than trying to grab every possible opportunity. The pipeline of opportunity is huge for us. There's a lot of people want to get more knowledgeable about graphene and see how they can differentiate their products and make their products better. Our trouble is trying to resource that, find the right people that can be educated well enough on our products and drive it forward, just simply because of the sheer numbers of opportunities. So that's pretty exciting.
Thank you so much, Mike, for joining us. I learned a lot about graphene and graphite today, so thank you so much.
Great. Thanks for talking, Jane. Much appreciated.